Hello, this is Fractal, and I'm starting a new game. It's called Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. It's a fun-looking puzzle game. Um, and as of right now on this channel, I'm mostly uploading blueprints videos, I believe, depending on the time when I release this. But hopefully this will give like an interesting little interlude between those episodes. But I think we're just right in it. Yeah, we're just moving around. There's no intro, there's nothing. Uh, okay, the car is locked. Sorry, taking me a second to get used to the controls here. Use car key. Or I could use tampons. Let's use some tampons. Okay. Let's stop goofing around. Um yeah, I have no idea about anything about this game. Other than that it's a subversive puzzle game that has gotten rave reviews. So I don't know the type of gameplay, the type of puzzles I'm going to be seeing, whether I even need a notebook in front of me, how long the game is, all those things. Let's look in the glove compartment though. There's an instruction booklet and a letter. View the instruction booklet. Thank you for selecting the Lorelei and the Laser Eyes software. Please read this instruction booklet to ensure proper handling and maximum enjoyment. This symbol is your guarantee that Simogo has developed this product and, as such, meets our standards for great workmanship, quality, and artistic values. Is this like a canon tutorial? Before playing, what really happened at this old hotel? Who are you? Who are the other visitors? The goal of this game is to find the truth. To get the most out of this game, play in a quiet and dimly lit environment with pen and paper at hand. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, I am back. And my environment is now dimly lit, and I have pen and paper at hand. Bring me back to my blueprints days, because as of the time of recording this, I'm done with blueprints. But I am ready to get back into this type of game that requires you to take down some notes. Okay, this game requires knowledge of real-life systems, like the 24-hour clock. Got that. Roman numerals, pretty good at those. Arabic numbers, I would say I'm good at those, considering I live in a society that uses Arabic numbers, and other such like concepts. I can't believe they're teaching our kids Arabic numerals. Parts of this game deal with and depict sensitive subjects and themes. Player discretion is advised. Okay, I think I'll be fine. Controlling the game. Player walks in the direction pressed. If the player character has enough caffeine in her blood, she will instead run. Okay, interesting. Also used for various selections and menus and highlighting options when a zoomed-in perspective on an object. Directional input is also used to control the magnifying glass cursor while viewing maps once found. When pressing any button near an interactable object or another character, the player character will be able to interact and take contextual action in different ways. Dude, you don't need to explain it this deep. Just say, yeah, you can interact with stuff by pressing any button. When the player character is not in the proximity of anything, pressing the button will allow her to introspect. See page 4. Introspection screen allows you to view various information you come across during your adventure. On the main page, you can monitor various information about the player character's status, needs, and health. You can also review how much of the truth has been recovered. A 100% truth recovery is not needed to complete the game. Photographic memory. Every letter, document, note, and other important information found throughout this game is stored in the player character's memory. This information can be retrieved and viewed at any time. Allows you to see what the player character is currently... So why do I need a pen and paper then? Okay, whatever. Current possessions allows you to see what the player character is currently carrying in her bag. So in inventory. Notes about each object's provenance, characteristics, and such can also be viewed from here. Mental notes. Keeps track of things to do. So quest log. When a task is presented itself in the game, a note is made invisible on the screen for a few seconds. These tasks are stored for later viewing in the mental notes and are crossed out when cleared. Personal history keeps a chronological record of events which have occurred in the game. This includes character encounters, new locations found, etc. After finding a byte Sayas system, you will also be able to access it through the introspection screen. Okay, you can save via computers found throughout the game. Please observe that the software does not automatically save your progress. You have to save manually. You'll have to restart from your latest save when you quit. You can also load files from disks. It is recommended to save your game before loading unknown files. Okay. You can use computers to find valuable information, statistics about your current playthrough. Throughout the game, you'll find a USD. The different rewards you can purchase with them are not required to complete the game. Spend your dollars wisely. Their amount is finite, and new things to purchase might be discovered as you progress. In and around the hotel, you will encounter bolted shortcuts. Opening them is not required to complete the game, but can make traversal quicker. Listen very carefully if a person wearing an owl mask speaks. If a revolver is raised, it means the game could be over if you do not answer correctly. What the hell? You might not always have the required knowledge to solve a puzzle, explore, observe, and come back later. Okay. That's weird. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. How do I get out of here? A photo fell out of the instruction manual. Look at the photo. Oh, shit. Yeah, she dead. And read the letter. I must say, I do love the little color scheme here, where it's mostly black and white with little accents of hot pink. Syracuse, December 13th, 1962. Signorina, as discussed, I am expecting your arrival at Hotel Letztes Jahr on January 7th next year. This project is my magnum opus, the mother goose of all birds. It is my firm belief that you can help me transcend the limitation of art for humans. We will put on a show for the eyes of the cosmos. Ab imo pectore. R. Nero. Rinzo Nero, I believe? Okay. So he's a little bit crazy, it seems. Okay, let's go back. We can listen to the radio. Oh, that's some banger music right there. Okay. And start the car. Okay, it will not start. So let's go back. I think we should probably lock our car before we leave, right? Okay, yeah, we can, like, traverse freely, it seems. I can just go off this way. Yeah, okay. I don't have enough caffeine right now, so I'm moving kind of slow. So we're in Germany, it seems? No, we have US dollars, though. Okay, this sign has been erected by a National Heritage Board and it's maintained by the Augen-Waldberg Resident Association in consultation with the Augen-Waldberg Culture Committee. The Augen-Waldberg Forest and surrounding areas were given status as a national park in 1958. Camping or lighting fires are strictly prohibited. So we're definitely in the U.S. The trees of the forest mainly consist of members of the Fagaceae family, including oaks, chestnuts, and beeches. Please report any instances of beech bark disease to the National Park Administration. Augen-Waldberg Forest is the home of many species of animals, including wildcats, badgers, bats, deer, and wild boars. The forest is Central Europe's... So we are in Germany. Largest colony of boreal owls. Archaeological findings dating as far back as the Paleolithic era suggest that grounds were considered holy. Today, because of its cultural history, it remains a favorite spot for artists, and countless films, books, and other works have been created or conceived here. For hundreds of years, the land was owned by the Schwarzwald family, of which the last member was renowned painter Renate Schwarzwald. After her tragic death, is that what we have a picture of? The state used the building as a home for the blind, after which the structure was sold and turned into the first hotel in the region. The origins of the mausoleum on the land is unknown. In fact, whether someone is buried inside or not has been a source for debate by local historians. The cemetery administration has refused the exhumation of the mausoleum. The site is home to a myriad of legends and mysteries. Reports of ghosts are plenty, and many visitors have tried to find a fabled treasure. But whether it has ever existed is unknown. What mysteries will you find here? I wonder. Can we go over the mausoleum? It's too late to go back. Okay, no. There's a little map here. Oh, what? Oh, I'm introspecting. Okay, can we not see the map? I want to look at this again. Yeah, there's the map. Okay, so we're right. Obviously, you can see where we're at. We're at the very bottom. We have a little parking spot. And we can go right to the mausoleum. There's a little nature loop, and there's a red arrow pointing off there. You know, this is maybe why pen and paper is good. I'm not... Although I'm going to test out the photographic memory first. Okay, and then the hotel's to the north. I always keep pressing escape instead of... Yeah, maps. Here. Forest map. So we can look back at this. There's no need to write things down, I don't think. God, I'm trying to get out. Stress level, I have no idea what that means. Temperature, caffeine influence, bladder. Okay, so I'm gonna have to take a piss. Or is that... Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a piss at some point. Okay, let's go over to the mausoleum. It's locked. I'm guessing the car key will not work. No. And tampons will not work either, I don't think. Unfortunate. I'm gonna get a gunshot wound at some point and have to use those tampons to stay alive. Just you watch. Okay, let's do the little nature walk loop. There's something down here. Oh, what's this? $1 US. I know. Lorenzo the Great. There's a letter slot in the door. Tickets are scribbled in red paint below the slot. Okay. So it looks like I need to find a ticket and come back there. Okay, clearly this is what is the way we need to be going. Into the hotel. The security camera was following me there. I don't know if I like that. This is creepy, man. Where's that dog at? You want to give me the letter? Oh, he's such a good boy, though. I'm going to look at your name. Oh, hi, Rudy. Our mystery starts in the previous correspondence. Find the year. 1962, I believe, or 1960... Okay, we'll introspect. I believe it was 1962. Yeah, 1962. So is that going to be the code to a door here, maybe? Yeah, 1962, right here. Watch. And there we go. No. It's not 1962. I was so confident, too. Yeah. Okay, previous correspondence, read the date is what it said, right? Find the year. Next year, though. The 1963. I see. Okay. Okay, you got me there. I'll admit. And we're in. It's begun, maybe. Oh, this is one of those little computer terminals. You can say that. Okay. Yeah, let's save. Confirm. Run statistics program. Oh, that shows how much money you can find in different places. Okay, we don't have any discs. Except for maybe this. Byte says gaming system obtained. Okay. Can we use it? Stolen in the gatehouse. In very good condition. It has almost no visible scratches. Very light, sorry. KLB Electronics 1982, not for resale, is printed on a label on the back. The Byte Says was a handheld game console developed by KLB Electronics. Magazine advertisements from 1982 suggest that the console would have launched the same year, but no sources have been able to verify that the console ever released. Some sources claim the device was withdrawn due to players receiving severe eye strain. The console is said to have been able to install games and applications on the internal memory. Display 3 colors, white/gray/black, simultaneously on its 180 by 180 pixel display. Severe eye strain, huh? Like, laser eyes, maybe? Okay, let's look at the pin board here. Among the handwritten notes like lock, gate, feed dog, and right handwritten notes, there is a typed letter. Signorina, you were as expected clever, like the mouse who finds the fresh carrot among moldy cheese. Forgive the strange welcome with a locked gate and a black dog. We have to be sure to keep uninvited guests away. Meet me inside. Our journey 116 years back in time is about to begin. The past is the key to the future. Okay, so is that a key for another door? Do I have to subtract 116 from it? Okay, what is this? Okay, let's subtract 116 from 1963. So that would be 1863. 116 it was? Sorry, I already forgot. I think it's 116. So yeah, 1863, 1853, 1847. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I have no idea what this means right now. Oh, something plus something plus something equals 2014. So we have to figure out the right combination of numbers that will add up to 2014 is my guess here. So 1652 plus 341. That gets you pretty close. That's 1952, 1993. 1993 is 21 away. Yeah, that's perfect. Bang. Wow, that was quick. Am I fast or what? Speed running this game. There was something I was gonna do. Oh yeah, the byte res isn't a disk, right? Or is it? No. Okay, let's check over here first, though. It's bolted from the other side. Okay, that's one of the shortcuts they were talking about. That makes traveling quicker. Okay, yeah, I get it. You're watching me. No need to make it so obvious. Oh, hi, Rudy. Oh, you're a good dog, aren't you? You're a little peaceful little dog. Okay, can I unbolt this? Not going to be that simple, is it? 16. Okay, unlock shortcut 16. So it's number 16. Yeah, it says that on the door. It says 16 in Roman numerals. 5C. Maybe I go 5 times clockwise? No, that's stupid. Okay, yeah, let's just hold off on that. What's going on the floor here? It's weird. Oh? We can adjust the surveillance monitor, it seems. That's the clearest we can get it. I can't adjust any of the other dials, it seems. Unfortunately. Okay, let's look around here. Sculpture. Dreamer. Magician. I'm not sure why that's relevant yet, but there will be a puzzle involving those, I'm sure. What are these two? Dreamer, magician, creator, and artist. Is that money? Oh, I'm getting richer slowly but surely. Okay. Let's just move forward a bit here. Yeah, I can't go in there. Clearly we're supposed to go into this house. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Oh, I did it in the wrong order. I'm a dumbass. Come on, let me... I meant to do 1847. Because an ascending number of the little splotches on there. Okay, whatever person came in here, they went left. Start. So maybe I should do that? Just say private. I'm gonna listen. I need to find the truth. I've got to listen. When should you title Laser Eyes? More action? Have you even read what I sent you, Mr. Bob Hamburger? Is there someone with a soul I can talk to instead? Not being rude. If anything, I'm being too polite. Okay. So, Does he, like, run some sort of, like, publishing company or something then? Notice. Elevator's out of service. We apologize for the inconvenience. Elevator service info. Okay, we cannot see that. Hausmeister, GmbH, Nachtali, 61. Yeah, so this isn't gonna work. Oh, we can get coffee? Oh, we don't have a cup. No. I want to be able to sprint. A dog like all other dogs. Plus the Ace of Hearts. Weird. Dude, everything in this house is locked. Wait, there's nothing on the padlock itself now. Okay. We'll come back. It's gotta be related to this. A dog like all other dogs. Plus the Ace of Hearts. But I'm not sure how to interpret that yet. Start the music? Oh, we got a nice little soundtrack while we're exploring. There are notices about events and happenings at the hotel. Notice about missing script pages. Has anyone seen my lost pages last seen in my typewriter, January 13th? The context has cosmic personal value. There's a substantial reward for finding all 9 of them. Please deliver them personally. I'm staying in room 1963. Okay. What's about the exhibition? Second floor, open all day, free admission. Among the many portraits, lithographs, and sculptures in the collection of Hotel Letztes Jahr, guests and visitors are welcome to visit the exhibition hall on the second floor. We are proud to currently be hosting the absorbing mixed media work of Lorelei Weiss, as well as our standing showing of Renee Schwarzwald's Himmelskorper paintings. Himmelskorper. There's something written on the back of the note. Exhibition, second floor, open to the enlightened. Have you taken the challenge to knowledge, or of knowledge, and are ready to step out into a world of true art? Are you the foretold Nosens Mulier? We welcome you, the real connoisseur of or the real connoisseur, to see it all in the Red Gallery on the second floor. Okay. So we gotta go to the second floor and find some gallery. Guided ghost tour with dinner. Red Gallery, I should say. Backyard, sign up required. Brave the haunted dark nooks and crannies of the hotel and soak up the atmosphere of centuries past. Our nightly ghost tour is exclusive to our bravest guests, as the old building is home to a wide variety of spirits, good and bad, most famously the Countess, who is said to stalk the hallways in search of her eyes. And who knows, perhaps you will also be invited to find and enter the many hidden passages on the tour. Please observe that pre-registration is required and that children are only allowed in the company of an adult. There's also a fortune-telling and magic show. Locations to be announced, free for hotel guests. Since its opening, the mystery of magic and fortune-telling has been synonymous with Hotel Letztes Jahr. Our guests, or I guess I should say Jahr, right? Because we're in Germany. Our guests can meet with the local mystic or enjoy his mysterious magic show, but be aware, he always has a trick up his sleeve. Okay, quiz night, secret location only for members. Feeling knowledgeable? Try joining the secret quiz club. Hotel Letztes Jahr is the proud home of Europe's most trying trivia nights. How trying? Well, try finding it in the first place. To those who find their way to the hallways of wisdom, we promise an elite quiz which will challenge your awareness and perhaps even put your survival skills to the test. What? Has anyone seen our document tubes? Please come by our temporary studio in the basement if you know their whereabouts. Thank you. Okay, there's lots of stuff to do in this place, it seems. There's definitely something behind this, but it seems like I cannot go back here. Okay, I'm gonna go downstairs. Nostalgia figurines, $1. Collect all 20. No, I'm saving my dollars. You told me to save them. You told me they're finite, and I'm not gonna gamble them all on a gacha game. What do I look like? A Genshin Impact player? Okay, there's nothing on display. I guess as I collect the figurines, they go on display. Oh, no, I didn't want to go up. They go on display down here. I do kind of have to use the bathroom, don't I? Yeah, I'm gonna wash my hands. Who do you think I am? I've been holding that in a long time. Okay. There's another bolted shortcut. This is one of those games I'm gonna get so lost. I'm gonna have no idea where I'm going. Is this one of the document tubes? Yeah. Tillhör Kjell Sverige, so he's Swedish. From Malmö. That's near Copenhagen. Obviously Copenhagen's in Denmark, but it's just across the water from Copenhagen, I believe. Okay. Yeah, I don't know the code to this yet. Let's see. There are a lot of early sketches and notes on the drawing board. One module costs $10. Estimated project cost. Okay, so that's going to be the code to the thing, right? Yeah, because this also says Malmö Sverige. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just doing my best estimation here. Okay, wait. 1, 2. Sorry, I know I can't really illustrate what I'm looking at here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a tall 3 one. 8, 9, 10, 11. I think one more, 12. So 120. Modern design proposal. Inexpensive materials, economic construction, low priced interior, any hidden cost? Huh. It does say symmetric design here, right? But this does not look symmetric to me. Maybe I'm missing something? I don't know. Okay. Any hidden costs? Modular room design, least expensive option. Project team said their cranes cannot rotate modules. Spire only has one of each module in stock. Okay, so they went with the modular room design option, right? Simple room design. Constructors said our measurements do not make sense. Recalculate the area. Okay, so it's upside down, right? So this is 18 by 6, not 81 by 9. So 60 plus 48 is 108. Component-based mansion design, available components and prices. Okay, now we have to make sure we're looking at the right thing here. Right? No, these are all identical. At least the ones I'm looking at. Oh, no. So, no, the 195 one is not right. The 215 one is not right. The 331 does look right. Unless I'm missing something. 151 is not right. It doesn't have the 2 windows at the top. I'm comparing these little slices to the thing in the top right. I don't see any issues with the $50 one. I don't see any difference between the $50 one and the $330 one. Am I tripping? Oh, there's like a little spire on the top of that one building in the 331. Okay, yeah, so it's the $50 one. $50 one plus the... Okay. So it's not the $60 one. That one's out. Not the $500 one. That one's out. It looks like the $400 one, maybe. Let's just keep looking through all the other options. It's certainly... Okay. It's certainly not the $275. So it's either the $85 one or the $400 one. And I'm trying to figure out the difference between them. Of which I see none. Am I stupid? There's the same little spire. I guess the spire on the right is a little taller. Okay, that's what it is. So it's 85 and 50. So, 135. Okay, so now we're getting different numbers from all of these, right? So we have 135 from the final page. We have to add them all up. We're getting, what was this one again? 108 from this page. From the modular room design one, we're going to have to figure out how these can fit together. They can't rotate modules. Only one of each module is in stock. I'm not sure what the least expensive option is here. We gotta math this out on paper, pen and paper. So I think we have a, if we just like treat it like a little grid, right, of boxes, where the left side of the L shape is 2 boxes tall. And I think it extends 5 boxes in length, and then 2 boxes in length up. So basically we have a 5 by 2 horizontal rectangle, and then on the far right side of that, we have a 2 by 2 square extending upwards. The least expensive option, this 55 one could fit in the bottom right corner, right? Or maybe the 315. No, that's way more expensive. That was the problem. Okay, 80 cannot be used. That's just right out. We could do 210 plus 315 plus 425, but that's pretty expensive. It's slightly less expensive than the 565 plus 425. The 130 can't be used. It's just not an option. We don't have the right shape. So we don't even have to worry about 130 or 80 being included in this. So I think it's 315 plus 210 plus 425. Which is 525, 550, 950. I could be wrong on that. Any hidden costs? I have no idea what numbers you could be getting from this one. Oh, there's a compass. Is that on all of these? No. I'm trying to think what that compass could be relevant for. And this one we already kind of figured out, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 110. Either 110 or 120, or like at max 130. It's something like that. It says symmetric design. I keep doing that. Okay, let's try putting in some of those numbers in here. 110? No. Okay, let's try 135. That was for the final page. Nope, I went the wrong way. I went too far, I mean. We can't add them up, because adding them up would result in a number larger than 1,000. Okay, final option is 108. I don't think any of these are going to work, though. The other option is that we got the, Oh, there we go. I guess we were supposed to put in the lowest number. Because they're choosing the least expensive option, right? Hotel Letztes Jahr cellar. The cellar of the hotel is the home of a modern kitchen, a wine cellar, a cutting-edge toilet for all kinds of needs, and a space fit for a lounge at the pool table. So this is where we were down earlier. And this is the bathroom we went in, right? And this is the room we're in now, obviously. I don't know why I said where we went down earlier. We're literally still down there. The old prison cell, which was previously only reachable from outside, has been kept. The old prison cell. But a shortcut leading to the elevator hallway has been added for convenience. Stairs from the elevator room lead to a space which has not yet been excavated, but this space deep below could be used to hide the most valuable secrets in the future. So these stairs. Or is it these stairs? One of these sets of stairs. I think this one just goes upstairs and this goes downstairs. And this is a locked door to lead to those valuable secrets. Okay, this is something for the Bythsayas. Okay, we got interesting things going on here. We can zoom in. Oh no. Where can we zoom in? I guess the magnifying glass just shows up on the top left what we're hovering over. So basement crafts room, architect studio. Yeah, this is the prison. Basement lounge, horseman room, clock. Basement well, horseman room, wine cellar. Don't know what horseman room means. It's a little bit scary. Okay, I'm not sure how much attention I'm supposed to be paying to this other stuff, like in the corner, if that's just like flair. Okay, let's check out this arts from crafts room. Do we gotta rearrange these so that... Oh, this is a ticket, isn't it? The Great Lorenzo? How can I rearrange these? Oh, there we go. Sorry, the controls in this game are a little bit weird, in my opinion. But that's fine. His magic roses. This one obviously goes right above the Lorenzo. Okay, yeah, I have these way out of order. These all go below. Okay. This is just going to be a flyer for the caravan thing we saw outside. Okay, there is some kind of information on this, though. 4? Okay. The number 4. Or it's a map of some kind. Lorenzo the Great and his magic roses. What stories do they hold? Interesting. Is there anything else in here? That's probably useful. Maybe we're going to collect numbers and then they're going to be able to unlock some stuff. Okay, let's introspect for a second. What mental notes do we have? Oh, these are our quest lines. Padlock in the elevator hallway, the elevator's out of order, shortcut 16, caravan, cemetery. Personal history. Okay, yeah, just the stuff we found. Current possessions, a couple dollars to our name. Okay, I wanted to look at this, the cellar map. Again. Okay, so up here is it just says basement. Gaming room 1, okay. Let's check this out. Oh, we can assemble another one. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so this clearly goes here. This clearly goes at the top. This goes up here above the Lorenzo. This goes down here somewhere. Oh, it's like a Harry Houdini style thing, right? No chains can hold Lorenzo the Great in his his latest escape act. Okay, this is 1. I'm very worried about missing things that I can interact with over here. Okay, so there's some more money for me. Nope, I want to pick up the money. There, I guess we found the source of all this red paint that's around. It's right here. Okay. We can go upstairs, but I want to check over the gaming room first. Nope, bolted from the other side. That's right. Up we go. Now we're in a library. Biographies have been torn out from the shelf. The life and times of Lorelei Weiss. Yes, that's the namesake of this game, so clearly she's important. Okay, the pages are torn out. Renzo Nero and Un Animale Terrible. Most of the book is covered in red paint, but a few pages and paragraphs are still readable. Given the recurrent themes of gambling, Nero's commitment about cards in a 1960s interview and technique and photographie comes as no surprise. There's magic in cards. My childhood friend Gino could do things with cards that I have never seen since. He was good with tricks, little Gino. Il Bruto, a horrible gambler. He never realized that in order to win, you have to cheat. He was a simple boy who relied on luck. The game is rigged. Cheating is part of the game. The occult always had a hold on Nero, from his scrapbooks, and indeed his work, which often included elements like crystal gazing, tarots, and such. We can surmise that he was particularly interested in soothsaying. He once said to Claudia Piccini, editor on The Etymologist's Dream, that he did not need to see the finished cut. He had already seen the whole film in a prophetic vision. He often said in interviews that he did not believe in fate, but to friends he often spoke about different methods to see the future. Contradictions are contrary to my beliefs, he famously wrote to his worst critic, Paul Dumont. Nero's relationship with money was complex. He would often gamble and frequently said that magic and money walk side by side in art. Yet he would contradictively as often claim that money stifled creativity, calling it a red man-eating beast. A red man-eating beast? Okay, don't know why it's red. Whenever he'd won big, he would buy a new black suit and gladly spent money on diffusive creative endeavors, which were often left unfinished. He would frequently donate money to a local dog shelter since there were no anti-cat shelters to be found. Okay. Several friends and acquaintances have told stories about how Nero would carry around large amounts of cash in grocery bags or in his pockets, which often would result in him misplacing it or losing them altogether. I meant to continue. Besides the technical aspects, Nero had little interest in the historical spectacles created in Cineterzo. The apparatus was too big to create anything which would not be controlled by outside forces. In one of Nero's... I need water to drink after all this reading. In one of Nero's many manifests, there is a satirical proposal claiming that only dictators should be allowed to direct films. The holiness of creative control was a recurring theme in Nero's scribblings and work. As time passed, his opinion would swing, and he instead regarded being out of control as the only viable way to create art. Surrendering to the ether, Nero calls it in another manifest. Nero's time at Cineterzo is rarely spoken of, but he spoke of it briefly and admittedly vaguely in a 1959 interview with Swedish TV's Lars Haaland. I heard the whispers in the stomach of the behemoth Cineterzo, the old vanguard, survivors from the silent era. I knew that there was an ancient conspiracy. I wanted in. Nero hated distinctions and swung like a pendulum between art house and exploitation. Yet the majority of his body of work isn't entirely inaccessible. A Dog Like All Other Dogs, here we go, is still frequently aired on TV in Italy and Germany. An Automobile is constantly screened at cult movie festivals. His work has found an audience, but Un Animale Terrible definitely ended his already limited commercial appeal. Nero had crossed the line between eccentric and madman, and the distributor abandoned the film after its initial premiere. I keep exiting out. The first and only Cinema Sostenuto project was a Trojan Horse. An American studio, likely not too familiar with his earlier work, had been convinced that Nero could create a cheap Gothic horror film, which was in vogue at the time. Had they read Nero's attached manifest, it is unlikely they would have given him an assent. An early draft of the proposal suggested, hopefully jokingly, that the audience should be lined up and shot after each screening. He had a great interest in technique, and his friend Kaya Gatz remembers their visit to the Electronic Art Symposium well. He called the whole exhibition a one-potato meal, but he kept coming back to Weiss's parodic computer, which failed at every task given. It aligned well with his thoughts about machines surpassing humans, while still being inept at everything, since they were built by morons. He called Weiss a woman with laser eyes, and said that he already knew they would soon work together. Okay, I'm worried that Weiss is the person who is in that picture that I have who's dead. It seems like he is un animale terrible. I mean, that's why his biography is named after that movie of his, right? Because it's like naming the Elton John biography Rocket Man, but you're renaming this guy's biography a terrible animal. Like, he must have done some fucked up shit. And I'm supposed to meet him? Okay, SC Bolt's Number Puzzles Volume 1. Welcome to SC Bolt's Number Puzzles Volume 1, your shortcut to a quicker brain. This collection of my original number conundrums range from beginner to intermediate. Each puzzle can always be answered with a number between 0 and 99 and are sure to challenge your gray cells. I hope this book will both entertain and train your intellect. Good luck. Okay, so clearly the shortcut is underlined because this is supposed to unlock a shortcut. Dr. S.C. Bolt, born 1949, has written over 200 puzzle books. Okay, so he's like 20 years old or something. Or maybe this is actually way in the future past 1960 something, because the game console thing came out in the 80s, right? So this is way later. It's just the hotel opened in 63. Has written over 200 puzzle books and constructed over 50,000 brain teasers and riddles. He is the director of Puzzle Association of Denmark, and his puzzles have been published in all the world's biggest publications. So are we in Denmark? I think the language is German, so I assume we're in Germany. But we've seen stuff from Sweden, although I'm guessing people just come to stay at this hotel. It's just a construction company, an architectural firm from Sweden. All right, puzzle number 1. What is square, square, diamond minus square, diamond, square plus diamond, square? We have to figure out what is in the empty spots. The diamonds are all the same, and the squares are all the same, right? We know that. The only numbers we see here are 1s, 0s, 9s, 6, and 8s, which is potentially important. This is not going to be an easy puzzle, I can already tell you. I think the bottom right is the one we want to start with, right? 8, 1, 9, 0. Okay, so my logic is... Okay, wait, never mind. The logic is stupid. I was going to say like 8 plus 1 is 9 plus 0, but that doesn't hold up for the other rows. We also could be thinking about it from a column perspective. Okay, let's look at some of the other puzzles. Maybe we'll elucidate. You know, they're all different. What is x plus y plus c? Okay, so the two opposite sides of a dice always add up to 7. So we know that from the x, there's a 1 on the bottom, there's a 3 on the backside, which means that there's a 2 and a 5. So x could be either 2 or 5. Y could be either 6 or 1. And z could be either 2 or 5. Now, the way I'm guessing we have to figure this out is figuring out, looking at the other dice, which corners things are on. So the 6-4 corner has a 2 next to it. I mean, I guess it would also have the 5 next to it. We just don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think we have to use a different, like a pattern recognition type of thing. So 6 is always on the top in the first one. 2 is always on the top in the second row. 3 is always on the top in the third row. And we go 3, 4. So you'd assume it would be 5. That would be my logic. I'm going to tentatively circle 5 there. Then for y, we have 2's all across the top, and we have 3, 4, and the options are 6 or 1. Okay, so I think the angle of the 2 will make this possible, because we know that the corner where they meet doesn't have one of the little 2 dots, which, if it was a 6, it would, right? So it's got to be a 1. Yeah, it's got to be a 1. Y is 100% guaranteed to be 1. What I mean by that is, like, you see how the 2 is at an angle? And at that corner on the middle dice, you can see how the 4 and the 6 at that corner meet up with one of the dots from the 2. But on Y, that doesn't happen. So it's got to be a 1, unless there's a misprint on the dice, which we can't be assuming. Okay, Z, we have the 3, which acts similarly to the 2, so we can use the same logic for that. Where the Z, the 3 meets in the corner with the 1. And the objects are 2, 5, so it cannot be 2, so it's got to be 5. Which means the other one has to be 2, probably. I mean, it doesn't mean that it has to be 2. I think it's more likely. We can look at the direction of the 6, right? So the 6 is pointing its little channel towards the number, while 4 is on the right. So it can't be 5, it has to be 2. Because you can see 5 is mirrored there. It's facing the wrong direction. So it's got to be 2. So it's 2 plus 1 plus 5 is 8. So the answer to puzzle number 2 is 8. Okay, puzzle number 3. These are Roman numerals, maybe? No. V plus L equals 135. What number is hidden behind the black bar? Okay, so L is 50 in Roman numerals, and 5 is obviously 5. I just said it was 5. V is 5 is what I meant to say. So it's not Roman numerals. I don't know how you could figure this out. Unless I'm being dumb. Unless it's one of those like puzzles where you rearrange the little sticks. That also doesn't make any sense. So okay, let's move on for a second. Okay, puzzle number 4. Which number is hidden behind the black bar? So clearly certain letters, the first and last letters are darker color. Okay, let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4 gray letters in the top one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the middle one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the next middle one. And then 1, 2, 3 in the bottom one. Maybe this ties in to this, where L is a number. I can hope, right? Okay, so L and O, if we're just looking at the black letters, L and O goes to 1, 2, 1, 5. So we could assume L is 12 and O is 15. Maybe? That would make I 9. I like this theory. Because in Lorelei, L is 12, so I is 9. Which means, okay, so O is 15, so that means R has to be 18, and E has to be 5. So if R is 18 and E is 5, that means the number behind the bars is 81. Okay, let's go back here. Maybe it's the same logic, but it's a 3-digit number in this one, right? And it's certainly more of an equation situation. Okay, we'll come back. Puzzle number 5. A strange man walks into a cafe. He wears a black suit and sunglasses. He sits down by your table and whispers, I have a message for you. Meet me here for breakfast, 210 degrees after 0. You know the number, yes? He then quickly leaves again. What number did the strange man mean? 210 degrees after 0? Okay, so he's referring to a clock, right? And we just have to say the number on the clock that's at 210 degrees. So 360. Okay, so it's 180 plus another 30 degrees. So every 30 degrees is a number on a clock. So it'd be 7, right? Because 180 is 6, plus an extra 30 degrees is 7. And breakfast at 7 makes some semblance of sense. Can you find the hidden number? I see a 3. Do you see the 3? I see a 3. I think it's just a 3. Okay, puzzle number question mark. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Okay, so that's just obvious. 64. Okay, but it's puzzle number 7, presumably, but it says question mark. In an octagon-shaped room with 8 doors, the door to the north is marked 0 with red paint, but someone has scratched away the writing on all the southern doors. The 2 other northern-facing doors are marked 45 and 315. The 2 other northern-facing doors. How are there 2 other northern-facing doors? Are they talking about like the northeast/northwest doors? The door to the west is marked 270, and the door to the east is marked what? Okay, so it's just degrees again. So the door to the east would be marked 90. North 0, south 30, east plus west, so it's 15 plus 45, which is 60. Okay. Puzzle number 10. 51, 80, and question mark. 51. Oh, I get it. So the number 51 is literally printed, but it's hidden by the bars. It's printed in gray behind. So this one to the right would have to be 74, right? That's the only option. Because 1 is just a vertical, 2 crosses multiple times, 3 crosses multiple times, 4 crosses in the middle, which is what we see in the right. 5 crosses multiple times, 6 crosses multiple times. Yeah, so it's 74. Okay, so is this just a clue to all the shortcuts? Like, wow. Okay, puzzle number 11. What is y minus x? 13, 16, 43. Okay, so see how there's like grouped together? 13 plus 87 adds up to 100. I'm guessing the same is true of all the others. 76, 77, 87, 87 plus 13 is 100, yeah. So 12 plus 18 is 20, 30, 62, 62, 72, 72 plus 6 is 78, which means it's 22. X equals 22. Okay, y equals, okay, 100. So y minus x is 100 minus 22 equals 72, right? Or 78, sorry. Okay. I believe that is all good. Okay, how many of these are there? There's 20 of them. I'm going to go back to the first one before I continue, because all these are self-solvable, so I should be able to figure it out. Oh my god, I'm stupid. Okay, I was just looking back through these and writing down. This one says what number is hidden behind the question mark, not what number is hidden behind the black bar. Okay, you almost got me there. I only figured this out because I was going back and writing down the numbers associated with each of these so that I have that in my notes. Okay, let's go back to puzzle 1, though. The one that stumped me. And then we'll continue through all of these. Okay, puzzle number 1. So presumably all the diamonds have to be the same. And presumably all the squares have to be the same. So, we need to figure out a pattern here. And I am a little bit stumped on that front. So, let's add some stuff up horizontally. 8 plus 1 plus 9 is 18. Let's assume they all have to add up to 20. So that would make the diamond a 2, right? And the square would have to be a 10, but then that wouldn't work with everything else. So that's out. Okay, so what's important here? That column where it goes 0, 0, 0, 1. That's important somehow, right? That column adds up to 1. Okay, I have another idea. The same numbers can't be in the same row and column like Sudoku, maybe, or same row, sorry, like Sudoku maybe, and we have to use the numbers we have. So a diamond can't be a 9, and it can't be an 8, but it could be a 6. So we could say diamond equals 6, and we could say the square can't be an 8, it can't be a 9, it can't be a 1, and it can't be a 6. Wait. That's a problem, though. So it'd have to be a new number. It certainly can't be a 0. I think that I'm onto something, though, in the sense that there are no columns that have, or rows, sorry, that have the same number twice. I feel pretty confident that diamond is 6. And then square can just be like any number, though, is the problem. But it has to result in something that's between 0 and 99, so maybe that limits the options. Okay, let's think about it like this. If diamond is actually 6, then it would be like 200, like let's say we made it a 1, which doesn't work, but let's say we made it a 1. 116 minus 161 plus 61. Oh, wait. Okay. So the answer is just going to be square diamond. Because just using the process of elimination, you can strike out that entire plus diamond square and the diamond square at the end of the minus. Because those cancel out. The minus diamond square plus minus square, or diamond square, cancel out. That's basically just square, square, diamond minus square. Square with 2 zeros after it, I should say. Which is why you can subtract that square from the original square, square, diamond, and you basically just are left with square diamond. So the answer to this is square diamond, which means square can be anything. There is nothing square cannot be. So we're going to have to use some logic within the puzzle itself to figure out what square is. Maybe for squares we look at columns, but columns already have multiple of a type in them. So maybe columns have to have multiple of a type in them. So that's fulfilled in the right column. It's fulfilled in all 3 columns except for the left one, which would limit our options to either 8 or 1. But then we would be breaking our original rule that let us even determine that diamond is 6. Okay, what do these numbers all have in common? They all have curves except for the 1, which doesn't have a curve because it's weird. Man, this one is... Why is this one by far the hardest? The first puzzle is by far the hardest puzzle. Okay, I'm going to come back to it. This one... So L has to be a 3-digit number. But wait, no, L can't be a 3-digit number because it can only be numbers between 0 and 99. So that black bar is misleading, is it not? Okay, yeah, these two are completely stumping me. I don't know the answer on these ones. So I'm going to go back to the ones that I can actually figure out. So we figured that one out. Let's do puzzle 12 now. Okay, so 83, yeah, this is pretty obvious how this works. It's just based off the number of sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 60 something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 67. Don't say anything in my comments. Okay, puzzle number 13. In my left hand, I have half of the total amount of coins I have. Okay, so you have the same number of coins. Oh, no, you have some in your hat, too. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. In my left hand, I have half of the total amount of coins I have. In my right hand, I have half of the amount of what I have in my left hand. The rest, 6 coins, are hidden away in my hat. Okay, so you have 6 in your hat, plus, let's just say 2. Yeah, you'd have 2 in your left hand, which means you'd have 4. No, sorry. 3. No, 3 doesn't work. Because if you had 3 in your left hand, then you'd have 6. Or sorry, if you had 3 in your right hand, you'd have 6 in your left hand. Then you have 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 3 is 15. And you have 6 instead of 15. Okay, let's do 4. So 6. So you'd have 4 in your right hand, you'd have 8 in your left hand. 8 plus 6 is 14, plus 4 is 18. No, you don't have enough. So 5. You will never have half with 5, so you have to have 6 in your right hand. If you had 6 coins in your right hand, you would have 12 in your left hand, and that would all work. Yeah, it'd be 6. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. I should have just figured that out pretty instinctively. So 6 plus... So you have 24 coins total. That's the answer to 13. Okay, we have some Swedish, it looks like, or Finnish, something like that. I think it's Finnish. Puzzle number 14. Is rallis soravit tibuli manisor? 1847. Okay, I think I figured it out. I'm pretty quick on this one. Okay, so it's counting the number of vowels in each word, but the ones with the, like... Is it an umlaut? I think it's an umlaut is what it's called. over the top count as 2. So Kis has 1 vowel. Rally Soravit has 5 vowels, but then that has 3 with the umlaut, so that's 8, etc., etc., etc. So which number is hidden in the underlined sentence? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, because we're counting y, right? 5. I should make sure that we're counting y. Let's find someone with a y. No, y's don't count. Y's do not count. Ifilda only has 1. Wait. No, is my theory incorrect? Because 2014 makes no sense there. Do A's not count? Oh, it's just the number of little dots. So the I does count because it has a dot. Okay, yeah, sorry, that's my bad. I'm gonna adjust my answer then. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's 41. 41. Okay. Puzzle number 15. Okay, 25, 55. 1040 xy. Okay. Could it be like having to do with the slope? So 1 over 4, but the left one is a negative slope. 1 over 4 would have a slope roughly equivalent to what is being shown. No, it wouldn't. It would be way shallower. So that also doesn't make any sense. I think it's another clock puzzle, where if you imagine a clock and the points at the end of the line are on the clock, it's drawing a line between them. So in this case, it would be 30 and 0. So x plus y. I guess you could also say 60. But I don't, that's not how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do 0. So 30 plus 0 would be 0, or 30, sorry. That feels right to me. Which I feel like kind of a genius for figuring that one out that quick. What's the least amount of terms needed to reach the x? Oh, God. Okay, well, there's only one way to go, it looks like. I'm following the path. No, there's 2 ways to go. So I'm going to have to try them both, unfortunately. Okay, I'm going to get to the point. I'm going to work backwards to the point where there's other options. Actually, no, that's stupid. I'm just going to start from the beginning. Okay, so you're going to have to start by turning right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so 17 to the intersection point one way, and the other way is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 the other way. Wait, there's also a third way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, I found a way that gets to the intersection point with 13 turns. So from that point, it's easy. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Fuck, I went the wrong way. Oh my god, I went the wrong way. Sorry, I know it's impossible for me to illustrate what I'm thinking in my head. Okay, I'm back at the intersection point with 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. 42 is my answer. If I'm wrong on that, I'm putting a question mark next to it. I'm just going to try ones in the realm around 42. 17. I walked on floors of germanium. Before me were 3 crosses and 2 columns. A guard asked me for the code. I called Agatha's detective for a hint, but he had moved to another country. The guard told me that if I was wise, I should count my teeth. What was the code? What? Before me were 3 crosses and 2 columns. I called Agatha's detective for a hint, but he had moved to another country. Guard told me if I was wise, I should count my teeth. 32. That's how many teeth you have, right? 3 crosses and 2 columns. That's 32. And that's such a dumb puzzle, I'm going to be honest. Okay. 18. Which number should go in the bottom shape? Okay, so the top one has EH. Okay, I see. So you just take that right one and you take the bottom half from the right one and you take the top half from the left one. And so it's, yes, 64. And puzzle number 19. Which number is hidden behind the black bar? 149. 1. I thought it was going to be pi for a second. 916. I think I get it. So 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 5 is 9. Plus 7 is 16. Plus 9 would be 25. And then 11, yeah. So it's 25. And then the last one. Which number is hidden behind the black bar? 1691. This is harkening back to the first puzzle. Wait a second. No, it's not. It's not the same grid. Okay. That was my theory for a second here. Okay, 1691, 1961. Okay, so those two are just palindromes of each other. 1881 is a palindrome. Yeah, they all look the same when they're mirrored. Or flipped upside down and mirrored. So this would have to be 6006, right? Maybe I can apply that logic to puzzle 1. Yeah, it's funny that puzzle 1 and puzzle 3, like the 2 of the earlier ones, are the only ones that stump me. Like this one, I still just don't get. Maybe it's like supposed to be like a word. Like if I look at it backwards, it says SEI. That makes no sense. Yeah, no, the same logic does not apply here. The numbers are the same, in the sense that they are the ones that are still mirrorable, right? Huh. Maybe there's something to that. I'm not sure, though. Oh. Okay, let's... That was just one of the books. Oh my god. I was on that for like an hour. Okay, not an hour, like 40 minutes, though. Tick-tock timekeeping systems. Unlike the 12-hour system, the Sphere 24-hour clock system is divided into 24 hours counting from midnight to midnight. For example, 0000 is midnight, 2014 is 14 minutes past 8 in the evening, and 1847 is 47 minutes past 6 in the evening. 47 minutes past 6 in the evening. 1847. We'll keep that in mind. Roman numeral system uses... Okay, so this is just telling you how Roman numerals work. When using the system, one has to arrange them in different ways using addition and subtraction. For example, IX is 9, 10 minus 1. And VI is 6, 5 plus 1. 2014 is MMXIV. 1963 is MCMLXIII. Okay, so they're really harping on these dates. 2014, which is probably the present day. 1963 and 1847. Okay, we have these all stored in our photographic memory, so we can look back at these if we need. Strobogrammatics for beginners. A strobogrammatic number is a rotationally symmetric ambigram. Yes, okay, so this is another hint for that thing. When written with the most standard characters, a strobogrammatic number can be rotated 180 degrees and appear the same. Numbers like 6, 11, 69, and so on are all examples of strobogrammatic numbers. The most recent strobogrammatic years were 1881 and 1961. And the next is as far away as 6009. 1961, 1881. Yeah, this is not going to be strobogrammatic. It's just not going to happen. Unfortunately. The numbers themselves are all still strobogrammatic, though. Maybe there's some remaining strobogrammatic numbers that we're not thinking of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know, man. Okay, my logic on this was that you can't have two of the same number in the same row, but that logic is inherently flawed because none of the numbers would work with the square that we have here. And I think the numbers that we have here are the numbers that have to go in the square. It's not going to be some random number like 2 or 3 or 4. I don't think. The other option is that the diamond is literally just like a rotated version of another number. But we don't have any numbers like that. So I keep doing that. Okay, yeah, let's leave. I think we can unlock that bolted door though now. I'm gonna finish up in here, and then I'm probably gonna call it an episode because I've been going on for a while. Useful Latin phrases. Amb imo pectore, from the deepest chest, i.e. from the bottom of my heart, with deepest affection, etc. Ars longa vita brevis. Art is long, life is short. Ari sacra fames. Accursed hunger for gold. Okay. Oh wait, no, there's more in there. Magnum opus, great work, yep. Memento mori, remember mortality. Memento mortem, remember death. Yeah, these are all ones that most people know. Factum fieri infectum non potest. It cannot be undone. Fere libenter homines id quod volunt credunt. Men generally believe what they want to. That tends to be true. I think it means men as in humankind, but I think it also applies to men, the gender, pretty well. Orson et haec olem meminis iuvabit. Maybe one day it will be joyful to remember even these things. It's a pretty profound statement. Right, like a philosopher, the Greek alphabet. Oh, I'm actually very familiar with this since I know a little bit of Greek. Okay, yeah, I'm good on that. International cartography. Okay. It's given north, south, east, west in different languages. So we have in English, French, Italian, Deutsch, Spanish, and is that Esperanto? I'm not sure what that last one is. Sudoesto. I mean, it sounds like almost Portuguese, but I think it's Esperanto. Okay. I am going to do one last thing before ending this episode, and that is to go back. Dude, I really need some caffeine in my body. And I'm going to see if my little code works out here. Oh, and say hi to Rudy, too. Hi, Rudy. There's a little door over there I can go through in the next episode as well. Okay, let's see. We have to set this to. This is number 16. That would be the number 42. This is the maze one that I wasn't 100% sure I got the right answer on. But I did. Okay. That's beautiful. I should save. I forgot that you have to manually save in this game. Okay, let's oh, no. Let's introspect before we end this episode. We've already recovered 8.9% of the truth. My body temperature is getting pretty high though. Maybe I'm gonna have to start breaking out those tampons soon. I'm not sure. But yeah, we've made some progress, and I am looking forward to continuing this game. I'm not sure if I'll ever figure out the answers to those puzzles. I do have the theory that the second one is 6, so I can just go through the 9 options if I want to. like 0, 6, 16, 26, 36, etc. Because it has to be between 0 and 99. But the third one I have no clue on. But we can look back at those later, and they're just shortcut unlocks, so it doesn't seem like it's that big a deal. So in reality, I actually made very little progress today. But I'm looking forward to continuing this game, and thank you guys for watching my first episode of Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Unfortunately, a lot of times I was just kind of talking in my own head and thinking through things, but hopefully that translates okay. But anyway, it's been Fractal, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.